Elvis Presley, born in Tupelo, Mississippi in 1935, was the second of Gladys and Vernon Presley's twin sons. His twin brother, Jesse Garin, was stillborn, leaving Elvis as an only child. The family was deeply religious, with Elvis growing up singing in the choir of an Assembly of God church. This gospel music would later greatly influence his style. Elvis's family moved to Memphis, Tennessee when he was 13, where he was exposed to a variety of music genres, including blues, country, and R&B. His fascination with music deepened, and he would often listen to records from famous musicians such as B.B. King, Mahalia Jackson, and Dean Martin. At the age of 18, Elvis recorded a song as a birthday gift for his mother at Sun Records, a popular Memphis recording studio. The studio's owner, Sam Phillips, recognized Elvis's potential and paired him with two local musicians, forming the trio that would become known as the Blue Moon Boys. Elvis's performances were a blend of various musical styles, but his unique dance moves, charisma, and powerful voice set him apart from other artists of the time. He was influenced by musicians like Dean Martin, Little Richard, and Fats Domino, but he also drew inspiration from his diverse upbringing and the blend of musical styles he was exposed to in Memphis. In the early years of his career, Elvis was mentored by several people, including Sam Phillips, who helped shape his sound, and his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, who guided his career. Elvis's unique style and stage presence, combined with the guidance of these mentors, would propel him to stardom and make him a cultural icon. Elvis Presley, also known as the King of Rock and Roll, was a legendary music artist. He was born in 1935 in Mississippi and started his music career in the mid-1950s. His unique style of singing and charismatic stage presence made him an instant hit. Do you have a cherished memory associated with Elvis Presley? When was the first time you recognized Elvis Presley's music? We would love to hear your stories and memories related to this classic star. Throughout his career, Elvis released numerous hit songs, including Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, and Jailhouse Rock. He also starred in many movies, such as Jailhouse Rock and Viva Las Vegas. In this video, we will share some funny, shocking, and sad facts about Elvis Presley that you might not know. So, keep watching to learn more about this iconic music artist. Elvis Presley's music and legacy have endured for decades, inspiring countless musicians and leaving a lasting impact on the world of music. His contributions to rock and roll and popular culture are still celebrated today. So, tell us about your most cherished memory or personal experience related to Elvis Presley. We can't wait to hear from you. Elvis Presley's passion for music was sparked during his childhood in Tupelo, Mississippi. He grew up in a modest home, and his family struggled financially. Despite these challenges, Elvis found solace in gospel music, which he discovered through church services and radio broadcasts. At the age of 10, he received a guitar for his birthday, and this marked the beginning of his musical journey. Elvis was particularly drawn to the soulful sounds of gospel and the energetic rhythms of blues and country music. He would often perform for his family and friends, showcasing his raw talent and enthusiasm. In high school, he joined the school's gospel group, the Songfellows, and participated in local talent shows, further honing his skills and stage presence. A pivotal experience that fueled Elvis' desire to pursue a career in music was his encounter with Mississippi Slim, a local radio personality and musician. Impressed by Elvis' talent, Slim invited him to perform on his show, the Saturday Night Jamboree. This opportunity allowed Elvis to share his music with a wider audience and boosted his confidence as a performer. After graduating from high school, Elvis worked various jobs to support his family while continuing to perform at local venues. His unique sound, combining elements of gospel, blues, and country, began to attract attention, and he soon caught the eye of music producer Sam Phillips. Under Phillips' guidance, Elvis recorded his first single, That's Alright, which became a regional hit and launched his successful career in the music industry. Throughout his life, Elvis remained deeply connected to his roots and the music that inspired him. His passion for gospel, blues, and country music shaped his unique sound and solidified his place as a legendary figure in the world of music. Elvis Presley, known as the King of Rock and Roll, significantly influenced the film industry during his era and beyond. Starting in the mid-1950s, Presley made his mark in Hollywood with a series of successful films, including Love Me Tender and Jailhouse Rock. These movies not only showcased his musical talent, but also his acting abilities, which were often underestimated. Presley's movies were a unique blend of music and drama, and they helped to popularize the rock and roll genre in American cinema. His on-screen charisma and energy captivated audiences, and his soundtracks became instant hits. Presley's influence on the film industry extended beyond his own movies, as other studios began to produce similar films featuring young musicians. Presley's contributions to Hollywood went beyond his acting and musical abilities. He was a trendsetter who challenged traditional norms and pushed boundaries. His movies often featured rebellious characters who didn't conform to societal expectations, which resonated with young audiences. Presley's influence helped to usher in a new era of filmmaking that was more daring and innovative. Presley's impact on the film industry is still felt today. His movies continue to be popular, and his music remains a staple of American culture. Presley's legacy as a Hollywood icon is secure, and his contributions to the film industry will be remembered for generations to come. In conclusion, Elvis Presley was a trailblazer who left an indelible mark on the film industry. His influence extended beyond his own movies, as he helped to popularize the rock and roll genre and challenge traditional norms. Presley's contributions to Hollywood were significant, and his legacy as a Hollywood icon continues to endure. Elvis Presley, a legendary music artist, faced numerous challenges in his early career. Born into a humble family in Tupelo, Mississippi, financial struggles were a significant part of his upbringing. Despite these hardships, he developed a deep love for music, finding solace in gospel, country, and rhythm and blues. When Elvis began his music career, he encountered skepticism from the industry. Radio stations refused to play his records because his style was considered too risque, blending white and black music styles. Record companies were also reluctant to sign him due to his unconventional appearance and performance style. However, Elvis' resilience and creativity helped him overcome these obstacles. He started performing in small venues and made his first record with Sun Records, a small Memphis label. His unique sound and stage presence quickly gained attention, and his records began selling well, eventually capturing the attention of RCA Victor, a major label. In 1956, RCA Victor signed Elvis, and his first single with the label, Heartbreak Hotel, became a massive hit, reaching #1 on the Billboard charts. This success propelled Elvis into stardom, and he became a household name, known for his electrifying performances and charismatic personality. Despite facing numerous challenges, Elvis Presley's resilience and creativity allowed him to overcome obstacles and become one of the most influential music artists of all time. His legacy continues to inspire and captivate audiences worldwide. Elvis Presley, in the film Change of Habit, portrayed Dr. John Carpenter. During a conversation, Mary Tyler Moore's character, Sister Michelle, described Washington Street, which reminded Elvis of Graceland, his famous Memphis home, known for its American elm trees and classic architecture. Presley admired actors Marlon Brando and James Dean, holding Dean in particularly high regard as an acting genius. His diverse interests also included music, as showcased in GI Blues, where he played Tulsa McLean. The soundtrack featured a cover of the traditional German folk song Wooden Heart, which became a massive hit in Germany, selling hundreds of thousands of copies in a short time. Despite its popularity, some radio stations, such as Bavarian and West Berlin, refused to air the song. They objected to what they considered its exaggerated sentimentality and aimed to promote more serious folk music instead. Nonetheless, Elvis Presley's version of Wooden Heart left a lasting impact on audiences, both in Germany and beyond. Elvis Presley, a name synonymous with rock and roll, experienced several breakthrough moments throughout his career. In 1954, he recorded his first single, That's Alright, which showcased his unique blend of country and R&B sounds. Sun Records owner Sam Phillips recognized Elvis' potential, stating, "If I could find a white man who had the Negro sound and the Negro feel, I could make $1 billion." In 1956, Elvis appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show, introducing his energetic performance style to a primetime audience. This exposure led to widespread recognition and acclaim, solidifying his status as a rising star. Guitarist Scotty Moore, an early collaborator, recalled, "He was different, a cutting edge, something new." Elvis' first film, Love Me Tender, was another pivotal moment. Although he had already gained popularity as a musician, this role allowed him to reach an even wider audience. Critic Leonard Maltin noted, "He was a natural with a magnetic screen presence." In 1968, Elvis' comeback special on NBC marked his return to live performances after focusing on films. This career resurgence reminded audiences of his undeniable talent and stage presence. Director Steve Binder shared, "He was electrifying. I knew we had captured something special." Elvis' impact on the music industry remains significant, with his innovative sound and captivating performances continuing to inspire artists today. Elvis Presley's influence extends beyond American music culture, reaching the UK where he was inducted into the Music Hall of Fame on November 11, 2004, in recognition of his significant contribution to British music. In the mid-70s, Presley was involved in a project to finance a karate movie called New Gladiators. He was set to narrate and make a cameo appearance at the climax, but the film remained incomplete during his lifetime. Presley's film career included his role as Lucky Jackson in Viva Las Vegas. During the diving board sequence with Anne Margaret, notorious winds that frequently strike the valley, particularly during winter and spring, can be seen in a few scenes. These natural phenomena added an unexpected element to the film's production. Elvis Presley, an influential music artist, had a unique approach to his work. He was known for his ability to blend different genres such as gospel, country, and R&B, creating a distinctive style known as rock and roll. Presley's creative process was often spontaneous and intuitive. He would listen to a wide range of music, drawing inspiration from various sources, and then put his own spin on the songs he performed. Presley's personal experiences and worldview greatly influenced his work. Growing up in a religious family in Tupelo, Mississippi, gospel music played a significant role in his upbringing, which later reflected in his songs. His move to Memphis, Tennessee, exposed him to a variety of musical styles, further broadening his artistic vision. His performances were often energetic and charismatic, capturing the attention of his audience. Presley's unique sound and style, combined with his onstage presence, revolutionized the music industry and left a lasting impact on popular culture. His work continues to be celebrated and cherished by music lovers around the world, a testament to his enduring influence and legacy. After a dry spell of hit singles, Elvis Presley made a comeback with his TV special in November 1968, which included the hit song If I Can Dream that reached number 13 on the US pop chart. This was followed by a series of successful singles such as Memories at number 35, In the Ghetto at number 3, Suspicious Minds at number 1, and Don't Cry Daddy at number 6 on the US pop chart. In addition to his music, Elvis also made an impact in the film industry. He was inducted into the Los Angeles Indian Tribal Council by Native American Juan Iota after portraying the son of an Indian and a white settler in the film Flaming Star. Elvis's portrayal of Pacer Burton was well received, and his induction into the Tribal Council is a testament to his ability to accurately and respectfully portray characters from different backgrounds. Another notable film of Elvis's career is Tickle Me, where he played the character Lonnie Beale. This was the fifth collaboration between Elvis and director Norman Taurog. The film was a light-hearted comedy, and Elvis's performance was well received by audiences. Overall, Elvis Presley's contributions to the music and film industry continue to be celebrated and appreciated by fans of all ages. Elvis Presley, often called the king of rock and roll, significantly impacted the music industry. He introduced a new style that combined rhythm and blues, country, and gospel music, creating a sound that was fresh and exciting. His charismatic stage presence and good looks didn't hurt either, making him a heartthrob for millions of fans. Presley's influence can be heard in the works of many musicians who followed him. Artists like the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and Bruce Springsteen have all cited Presley as an inspiration. His impact extends beyond music, influencing fashion and pop culture as well. According to music historian Peter Guralnick, Elvis Presley was nothing less than a cultural revolution. Before Elvis, popular music was largely segregated, and performers generally stayed within the confines of their genre. Elvis broke down those barriers, and in the process, he changed the world. Presley's innovative recording techniques also left a mark. He was one of the first to use close microphone techniques, which allowed for a more intimate and personal sound. His producer, Sam Phillips, was a pioneer in multi-track recording, which allowed for more complex arrangements and production values. Presley's storytelling through songs was also groundbreaking. He had a knack for choosing songs that told compelling stories, often from the perspective of the common man. His hits like Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, and Suspicious Minds are still popular today, decades after their release, due in part to their relatable themes and narrative style. In the words of Bruce Springsteen, Elvis was the greatest. He was the archetype. He was the template. He was the first and the last and the most. There will never be another like him. This sentiment is echoed by fans and musicians alike, a testament to Presley's enduring influence and impact on the music industry. Elvis Presley had the opportunity to feature in numerous films, including The Rainmaker, The Defiant Ones, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, West Side Story, Sweet Bird of Youth, The Fastest Guitar Alive, Midnight Cowboy, True Grit, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, The Godfather, A Star is Born, Grease, and Being There. However, he never took up these roles. Presley's aversion to confrontation was well known, and he often tried to avoid direct conflict. For instance, he wanted to fire his manager, Tom Parker, several times, but never mustered the courage to tell him personally, instead sending friends to deliver the message. Elvis Presley's last film release before the Beatles' rise to fame was Fun in Acapulco, where he played the character Mike Wingren. Presley's acting career was just one aspect of his multifaceted talent, which also included singing, dancing, and performing. Despite his success in the entertainment industry, Elvis remained humble and approachable, avoiding the limelight when he could. His legacy continues to inspire and entertain audiences worldwide, and his contributions to music and film remain significant. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, was known for his charitable work and generosity outside his professional sphere. He was a private person and spent his time away from the spotlight with his family and friends. He had a deep passion for cars and motorcycles and often collected and gifted them. Presley was also a generous tipper and was known to leave substantial tips for waitstaff and service workers. He once left a $100 tip on a $4.85 meal, which was a significant amount at the time. In terms of philanthropy, Presley was involved in various causes, including supporting the Memphis Mafia, his close-knit group of friends, when they were in need. He also donated to numerous charities, including the March of Dimes and the American Cancer Society. Presley's Christian faith was also an essential part of his personal life and informed his music and performances. He often incorporated gospel music into his concerts and was known for his love of singing hymns. One of Presley's most notable philanthropic efforts was his involvement with the Troubled Youth Foundation. He was a longtime supporter of the organization and often donated his time and resources to help at-risk youth. In 1970, he performed a benefit concert for the foundation, raising over $100,000 for the cause. Presley's personal values and interests, such as his faith, love for music, and generosity, were reflected in his work and philanthropic efforts. He used his platform to make a positive impact on the lives of those around him, and will always be remembered for his kindness and generosity. Elvis Presley, a music legend, won 3 Grammy Awards, all for his gospel music. His impact on the music industry is undeniable. In the film Loving You from 1957, he shared his first ever screen kiss with co-star Jonna Lund. Moving on to his acting career, it's interesting to note that Val Kilmer was originally considered for the role of Clarence in the movie True Romance. Kilmer spent a considerable amount of time in makeup, transforming into Elvis Presley, but was only required for 2 days of filming. The character is named Mentor in the closing credits to avoid any legal issues with the Presley estate. Elvis Presley is a true icon in the music industry, leaving behind a legacy that continues to influence musicians today. His groundbreaking style, which combined elements of blues, country, and gospel, helped to create rock and roll and forever change the music landscape. Presley's impact can still be felt in the way that artists today blend different genres to create something new and exciting. His charisma and stage presence continue to inspire performers to connect with their audiences in authentic and memorable ways. For those aspiring to make their mark in the music industry, Presley's advice would be to stay true to yourself and your unique vision. Don't be afraid to take risks and push boundaries, but always remember the importance of hard work and dedication. In terms of future contributions, the music industry would do well to continue to embrace diversity and innovation, just as Elvis did in his time. By drawing inspiration from a wide range of musical styles and cultures, artists can create something truly original and impactful. Ultimately, the legacy of Elvis Presley serves as a reminder of the power of music to bring people together and inspire positive change. His contributions to the industry continue to resonate today, and his influence will no doubt be felt for generations to come. Elvis Presley, the legendary music artist, also made a mark in the world of film. In the movie Change of Habit, he portrayed the character of Dr. John Carpenter. Interestingly, this was the only feature film starring Elvis that wasn't released theatrically in Finland. Another notable film in Elvis's career was Tickle Me, where he played the role of Lonnie Beale. What makes this movie unique is that Elvis did not record a new soundtrack for it. Instead, all the songs had been previously recorded between 1960-63 and had already been released on various albums and singles. Hal B. Wallis, a producer who worked on 8 of Elvis's films, had an interesting plan to make a Western movie with him and John Wayne. However, this collaboration never materialized. Despite this missed opportunity, Elvis's impact on both music and film remains undeniable. Elvis Presley's journey in the music industry was defined by his unwavering passion and innovation. Born in Tupelo, Mississippi, he grew up with a love for gospel, country, and rhythm and blues music. In the 1950s, Elvis revolutionized rock and roll, blending various genres to create a unique sound that captivated audiences. His charismatic stage presence, distinctive voice, and magnetic charm made him a cultural phenomenon. Despite facing initial resistance from conservative circles, Elvis persevered and became a symbol of youthful rebellion and freedom. His groundbreaking hits, such as Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, and Jailhouse Rock, topped the charts and solidified his status as a music icon. Beyond music, Elvis made his mark in film, starring in over 30 movies. He also broke racial barriers by incorporating African American musical influences into his work, paving the way for future artists. Elvis Presley's impact on the entertainment industry is immeasurable. His innovative style and enduring appeal continue to inspire new generations of musicians and entertainers. The power of creativity and perseverance is evident in Elvis's ability to transcend boundaries and leave a lasting legacy. His story serves as a reminder that with passion and determination, one can truly change the world. Elvis Presley, in his acting career, took on various roles in different films. While filming Loving You, he stayed at the Knickerbocker Hotel in Hollywood. During the filming of Wild in the Country, co-star Millie Perkins broke her arm after a scripted slap from Presley. In GI Blues, Presley's character, Tulsa McLean, had royal visitors, the princesses of Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, the king of Thailand, and other European royals who visited the studio and met Presley. These experiences showcase Presley's life beyond music, blending with film and royalty. Elvis Presley, a renowned music artist, also showcased his acting skills in various films. He played the character Pacer Burton in the 1960 movie Flaming Star. Interestingly, he had previously acted with LQ, Jones in Love Me Tender, and Stay Away, Joe. In 2018, Elvis was honored with the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Donald Trump, recognizing his significant contributions to American culture. Other recipients included Miriam Adelson, Warren Hatch, Alan Page, Babe Ruth, Antonin Scalia, and Roger Staubach. Elvis' influence has also permeated the music of other artists, such as Jimmy Buffett. Buffett's song Elvis Imitators references several Elvis films, song titles, and mannerisms, highlighting the iconic status Elvis holds in the music industry. His impact continues to resonate, with many entertainers still mimicking his unique style. In 1956, Elvis Presley took a significant step to promote public health by getting his polio vaccination on live television. This action encouraged millions of Americans to get vaccinated, contributing to the control of the polio epidemic in the country. Elvis Presley's acting career included playing the character Charlie Rogers in the movie Roustabout. Interestingly, Joan Freeman, who played Kathy Lean in the same film, shares the same birthday with Elvis, but she was born 7 years after him. In the movie Harum Scarum, Elvis Presley portrayed the character Johnny Tyron, and his costume was designed by the director, Gene Nelson. Nelson's creative input added to the visual appeal of Elvis's performance in the film. Elvis Presley's 1972 live album, recorded at Madison Square Garden, attracted numerous celebrities, including George Harrison, Art Garfunkel, David Bowie, members of 10 Years After, and Led Zeppelin, Paul Simon, Bob Dylan, and Paul Stanley. John Lennon was also rumored to be there, but he later denied it. Bruce Springsteen, who had recently signed with Columbia Records, was also in the audience, and the album inspired a young Eddie Murphy to become an entertainer. In addition to his music, Presley tried his hand at acting. Michael Curtiz, director of King Creole, believed Presley had the potential to become a great actor. In the film, Presley played Danny Fisher, delivering a performance that was well received. Presley also starred in Viva Las Vegas as Lucky Jackson. During filming, he and Anne Margaret recorded a duet, You're the Boss, written by Jerry Leiber and Mike Stoller. However, the duet was not included in the film and was only released later. Overall, Elvis Presley's impact on the entertainment industry extended beyond music and into acting, inspiring many celebrities and fans along the way. Elvis Presley, a renowned music artist, was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1998, solidifying his contribution to the genre. In his acting career, Presley took on various roles, including Joe Lightcloud in Stay Away. Joe. He even gave small parts to his friends Del Sonny West, Joe Esposito, and Charlie Hodge. Another film, It Happened at the World's Fair, featured Presley as Mike Edwards. Interestingly, his best friend, Diamond Joe Esposito, made an uncredited appearance as a game attendant who gives Sue Lynn the red stuffed dog. Presley's talent extended beyond music, showcasing his versatility as an entertainer. Elvis Presley, a legendary figure in the music industry, also made his mark in the world of film. In the movie Follow That Dream, Elvis played the role of Toby Quimper. This film holds a special significance for singer-songwriter Tom Petty, who became fascinated with rock and roll after watching Elvis act and sing during its making. Petty's uncle was part of the film's crew. In Charro, Elvis took on the character of Jess Wade. Not many people know that Elvis performed his own stunts in this movie, showcasing his physical prowess alongside his acting skills. The film's director, Charles Marquis Warren, was witness to this. Elvis's film Double Trouble featured him as Guy Lambert. Interestingly, Norman Rossington, an actor in this film, had a connection to both Elvis and the Beatles, having worked on movies related to both. These films offer a glimpse into Elvis Presley's diverse talent and his impact on the entertainment industry. Elvis Presley, a music icon, also tried his hand at acting. His film debut was in Love Me Tender, where he played the role of Clint Reno. Initially, the movie had no singing scenes. However, to capitalize on Presley's popularity, songs were added later. Presley's hit song, I Want You, I Need You, I Love You has an interesting trivia. An earlier version of this 1956 track, titled I Need You, I Want You, I Love You, was released on some copies of his debut album. This version was also included in a 1977 compilation package. In the 1967 film Clambake, Presley portrayed Scott Hayward. There are unverified claims that Presley expressed his dislike for this movie, considering it his least favorite. On the other hand, he held King Creole in high regard as his all-time favorite. Elvis Presley, known for his dynamic stage presence and unique sound, made notable changes to his act after attending a Liberace concert. Incorporating flashy costumes, such as gold lame jackets and jeweled white jumpsuits, became a trademark of his performances. As a token of gratitude for Liberace's advice, Elvis reserved a seat for him at most of his concerts. In addition to his music, Elvis made his mark in film, including his role as Johnny Tyron in Harem Skurrum. This was his second collaboration with director Gene Nelson, following Kissin' Cousins in 1964. Elvis also had a recurring theme in his film career, playing race car drivers in movies like Speedway. This role marked his third and final appearance as a race car driver, having previously played such characters in Viva Las Vegas and Spin Out. Throughout his career, Elvis Presley's impact on music and film remained significant, leaving a lasting impression on audiences and inspiring future generations. Elvis Presley, in the film Blue Hawaii, was originally set to star alongside Juliette Prowse. However, Prowse's demands for using a specific makeup artist and flying in her secretary led to her departure from the project. In Elvis, that's the way it is. Audiences get a glimpse into the party held in Presley's suite after his August 10, 1970 show. Notable attendees included Sammy Davis Jr., Cary Grant, Kenny Rogers, and Roman Polanski. In a lighter moment, the band Spinal Tap paid tribute to Presley by singing Heartbreak Hotel at his grave, the only Elvis song producer Karen Murphy could secure the rights to use. Elvis Presley, in the film Kissin' Cousins, played the character Josh Morgan while wearing a strawberry blonde wig, which he reportedly disliked. This was because the wig reminded him of his pre-dyed black hair days in the mid-50s. During this time, Presley was in his third season performing in Las Vegas, and the filming of his concerts was documented in Elvis, That's the Way It Is. Presley had expressed that his favorite film out of all the ones he had made was King Creole. However, he did not hold the same sentiment for Clambake, which he disliked the most. Despite his mixed feelings towards some of his films, Presley's impact on the music and film industry remains significant. Elvis Presley, in the movie Girls, gave his final UK and US chart-topping performance with the song Return to Sender. Sadly, the news of his death 3 days later overshadowed the passing of the 86-year-old comedian and film star Groucho Marx. In Jailhouse Rock, Presley played Vince Everett and performed Don't Leave Me Now 3 times throughout the movie. During the recording session, the studio wall was adorned with portraits of other RCA artists, such as the Ames brothers, J.P. Morgan, Eddie Fisher, Dinah Shore, Tony Martin, Lena Horne, Harry Belafonte, and Hugo Winterhalter. The studio musicians included Bill Black on bass, DJ Fontana on drums, Mike Stoller on piano, and Scotty Moore on guitar. Elvis Presley, in the 1966 film Spin-Out, portrayed Mike McCoy. Notably, President Lyndon B. Johnson's daughter visited the set to meet Presley. The following year, Presley took the role of Tulsa McLean in GI Blues. This film is significant as it introduced the trademark echo chamber reverb to Presley's vocals, making no effort to hide the studio origin of the pre-recordings, even in outdoor scenes. In 1967, Presley starred as Ted Jackson in Easy Come, Easy Go. This film is unique as it features the first Elvis Presley soundtrack since 1956 to exclude ballads entirely. These films showcase Presley's diverse acting roles and his evolving musical style during his time in the film industry. Elvis Presley, known for his music and acting, once portrayed Glenn Tyler in the film Wild in the Country. Despite his role, he did not attend the movie's premiere. During his adult life, Elvis' weight fluctuated significantly. The least he ever weighed was 170 pounds, following his discharge from the U.S. Army in 1960. However, at the time of his death in 1977, he weighed 260 pounds, indicating a weight gain of 90 pounds over his final 17 years. In the 1961 film Blue Hawaii, Elvis Presley played the character Chad Gates. The red MG Roadster featured in the movie's opening sequence caught Elvis' eye, leading him to purchase the 1960 MGA 18600 MKI. This car now resides in Graceland's Car Museum among his motorcycles, Cadillacs, Stutzes, and other vehicles. Elvis' appreciation for the MG Roadster highlights his personal taste and the impact of his film roles on his real-life preferences. Elvis Presley, in the 1964 film Viva Las Vegas, portrayed the character Lucky Jackson. His close friend, Red West, made several uncredited appearances in various roles. In Roustabout from 1964, Presley played Charlie Rogers. Notably, the famous actress Mae West was initially considered for the role of the older carnival owner, but she declined when the studio refused to modify the script to make her a love interest for Presley. The 1969 film The Trouble with Girls featured Presley as Walter Hale with actress Sherry North, who was just 9 days shy of turning 33, playing his love interest. Despite the age difference, their chemistry was undeniable on screen. Elvis Presley played the character Mike Wingren in the film Fun in Acapulco. This movie marked Terry Garr's first uncredited appearance as an extra, a role she would repeat in 4 more Elvis Presley films before becoming a successful actress. In the 1970s, Elvis Presley was diagnosed with glaucoma. Despite this health issue, he continued to work in the film industry. Elvis Presley took on the role of Scott Hayward in the movie Clambake. At the beginning of 1967, Elvis had incurred significant debt due to his purchase of a Memphis ranch equipped with modern facilities. As a result, his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, quickly signed the contract for Clambake to secure Elvis' $1 million fee. This marked the last time Elvis received such a substantial sum for his work in a film. Elvis Presley had an eclectic taste in actors, admiring the likes of James Dean, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Steve McQueen, and Marlon Brando. Interestingly, Brando held a strong dislike for Presley. The king of rock and roll also tried his hand at acting, appearing as Mike McCoy in Spin Out, and sharing the screen with Jimmy Hawkins and Shelley Fabre in Girl Happy. In the final days of his life, Presley aimed to introduce his daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, to the wonders of Star Wars. Specifically, he wanted to show her Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope on Monday, August 15, 1977, which turned out to be his last full day of life. Unfortunately, he couldn't secure a print of the movie in time. Nonetheless, his attempt to share a piece of popular culture with his daughter speaks volumes about his love for his family. Elvis Presley played the character Johnny Tyrone in the film Harem Scarum, where he wore costumes from the movie Kismet and used a knife from Lady of the Tropics. In Kid Galahad, Elvis portrayed Walter Gillick and gave the guitar he used in this film and followed that dream to property master Frank Agnon. For Viva Las Vegas, Elvis starred as Lucky Jackson, and co-star Anne Margaret received billing of equal size, a rare occurrence in Elvis films. Elvis Presley, known for his diverse movie roles, portrayed Charlie Rogers in Roustabout. Notably, he performed his own stunts in the film. In Viva Las Vegas, Presley starred as Lucky Jackson, which led to both him and co-star Anne Margaret becoming popular headliners in Las Vegas venues. In the Western film Flaming Star, Presley took on the role of Pacer Burton. A song titled Britches was recorded for the movie, with plans for Presley to sing it while riding his horse. However, Presley declined, fearing it would appear silly. The film showcases Presley's versatility as a performer, while his decision not to sing during a horse ride highlights his practical side. Elvis Presley holds the record for the most records sold worldwide, with a staggering 1.8 billion sales. His unique style and undeniable talent have left a lasting impact on the music industry. Jackie Gleason, producer of the stage show in 1954, compared Elvis to Marlon Brando with a guitar, highlighting his magnetic stage presence. In the movie Viva Las Vegas, Elvis played the character Lucky Jackson, but some theaters billed Anne Margaret above him due to her popularity at the time. Despite this, Elvis's performance and charisma shone through, solidifying his status as a cultural icon. Elvis's influence on music and film is immeasurable, and his record sales are a testament to his enduring popularity. His impact on the entertainment industry is still felt today, and his legacy continues to inspire new generations of musicians and actors. Elvis Presley's acting career included a variety of roles. In G.I. Blues, he played Tulsa McLean, a character that set the template for his future musical films. The movie establishes Presley as a charming lady killer who sings in bars and eventually gets into fights. In Wild in the Country, Presley took on the role of Glenn Tyler. Coincidentally, Millie Perkins, who played his love interest in this film, would later portray Presley's mother Gladys in the 1990 biopic Elvis. Presley's role as Danny Fisher in King Creole is also noteworthy. An urban legend suggests that Carolyn Jones, his co-star, refused to kiss him during filming. However, they did share several on-screen kisses, except for the final scene, where Jones declined due to suffering from the flu. Presley kissed her anyway, and left for the Army immediately after. Elvis Presley starred as Tulsa McLean in the movie G.I. Blues. The film follows the familiar storyline of three servicemen on leave, with a focus on Tulsa's friends, Cookie and Rick. However, as Elvis continued his acting career, his role shifted, and he became more of a loner on screen. In his later films, his involvement with side characters was limited to backup vocals or advancing the plot. In Live a Little, Love a Little, Elvis played the character Greg Nolan. While this film is often considered his only adult-themed movie, it's not entirely accurate. Stay Away, Joe, released earlier in the same year, explored adult themes such as language, violence, alcohol use, and implied nudity. Elvis passed away with approximately $5 million in his bank account. Elvis Presley, renowned as the king of rock and roll, had a brief stint as an actor in the film Wild in the Country. After filming ended, Presley was called back to Fox for reshoots to modify the finale. Two songs he recorded for the movie, Lonely Man and Forget Me Never, were ultimately not used. In a different context, Elvis Presley's name was given to a pet alligator owned by Sonny Crockett in the popular TV show Miami Vice. Don Johnson, who played Crockett, had portrayed Presley a few years earlier in the made-for-TV movie Elvis and the Beauty Queen. Two alligators were used during filming, named Elvis and Presley, as the producers initially considered using a stuffed alligator. Elvis Presley's career as an actor began with his role as Tulsa McLean in the film G.I. Blues, directed by Norman Taurog. This marked the start of a professional collaboration that would span 8 more films. Following this, Presley took on the role of Greg Nolan in Live a Little, Love a Little, with filming concluding on May 1, 1968, the same day as his and Priscilla Presley's first wedding anniversary. Presley's foray into music began with a significant performance at the Evanston Park Show in Memphis, which took place in 1954. This event marked the beginning of his rise to prominence in the music industry, leading to a successful career as a musician and actor. Elvis Presley took on the role of Deke Rivers in the film Loving You, marking his second collaboration with director Norman Taurog. To create a script tailored to Presley, co-writer Hal Cantor traveled to Memphis to meet the singer in person and observe his performance on the Louisiana Hayride. This experience informed the script, as well as Cantor's understanding of the fan reaction and Colonel Tom Parker's management. In a poignant turn, Presley's parents, Vernon and Gladys, were cast as audience members in the film. Sadly, after Gladys' passing, Elvis couldn't bear to watch it again due to the painful reminder of his mother's presence. In the film Girls, Presley's character, Ross Carpenter, appeared for the 3rd time under Taurog's direction. Elvis Presley, the renowned music artist, shared a significant relationship with Linda Thompson, a former Miss Tennessee actress and songwriter. They lived together for 4.5 years, from 1972 to 1976. According to Thompson, Presley was the love of her life. In the 1962 film Girls, Presley played the role of Ross Carpenter. Gavin Gordon, who played Mr. Peabody, the hat shop manager, also appeared in Presley's earlier film King Creole as Mr. Fremont, the druggist, but was uncredited in both roles. Presley starred as Charlie Rogers in the 1964 film Roustabout. The screenplay for this movie, along with another Presley film Kissing Cousins, was nominated for a Writers Guild Award as Best Written Musical of 1964. However, both movies lost to the year's biggest box office hit, Walt Disney's Mary Poppins. Elvis Presley, an iconic figure in the music industry, was reading The Scientific Search for the Face of Jesus by Franco Adams at the time of his death. This choice of reading matter suggests a spiritual curiosity that contrasts with his public persona as a rock and roll star. In his acting career, Elvis Presley's charisma was evident in his performance as Chad Gates in Blue Hawaii. The sound of hundreds of screaming fans who gathered to watch the shoot is a testament to his immense popularity. Similarly, in Flaming Star, Elvis Presley co-starred with Diane Baker. His character, Pacer Burton, showcased his versatility as an actor, moving beyond his music career to establish himself as a credible performer in the film industry. In both these roles, Elvis Presley demonstrated his ability to captivate audiences, leaving a lasting impact on the entertainment industry. Elvis Presley, a prominent figure in the film industry, starred in It Happened at the World's Fair alongside a young Kurt Russell. This marked the first of 4 collaborations between the two, with Russell playing an Elvis impersonator in 3,000 Miles to Graceland. In It Happened at the World's Fair, Elvis, as Mike Edwards, comically asks Russell to kick him in the shin, a scene parodied in 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Presley also starred in Tickle Me under a deal with Allied Artists, taking a pay cut and receiving 50% of the film's profits. Despite costing $15 million, Tickle Me grossed around $5 million, saving Allied Artists from bankruptcy. Another notable role for Presley was in Blue Hawaii, directed by Norman Taurog. This was the second of 9 Presley films directed by Taurog, who had previously worked with Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. Blue Hawaii showcases Presley's charisma and musical talent, making it a memorable addition to his filmography. Elvis Presley, in his early years, held a gospel group called the Statesmen in high regard. The group's bass singer, Big Chief Wetherington, inspired Elvis' signature leg-twitching dance moves. As his career progressed, Elvis' role in the movie Blue Hawaii and its successful soundtrack led his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, to replicate the formula for future films. Consequently, Elvis ranked among the top 10 box office stars 7 times in the 1960s. In the 1969 film Charro, Elvis sought to break free from musicals, and be taken seriously as an actor. However, he was disheartened to find that the script had been altered, leaving him contractually obligated to proceed with the inferior version. Despite his disappointment, Elvis continued to deliver notable performances, demonstrating his dedication and versatility as a performer. In February 2005, investor CKX acquired an 85% interest in Elvis Presley's income for a staggering $100 million. Fast forward to the movie Jailhouse Rock, where choreographer Alex Romero initially designed a dance routine that didn't quite suit Elvis's style. Realizing the need for a change, Romero turned to Presley for guidance. The result? Elvis himself became the uncredited choreographer, creating what is now considered one of the most famous dance numbers in all of his movies. Moving on to the film Charro, Elvis wasn't thrilled about wearing a beard. To put him at ease, everyone on set, including his manager Tom Parker, grew beards as well. These anecdotes shed light on the behind-the-scenes experiences of the legendary music artist Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, known for his music and acting, appeared as Lonnie Beale in the film Tickle Me. This movie is notable for having a record-breaking 6 fight scenes, more than any other Elvis film. His music has also left a significant mark, with his records spending a total of 574 weeks in the UK singles and album charts. This is a considerable lead over his closest competitors, such as Cliff Richard, Queen, the Beatles, and Madonna. Moving on to his physical appearance, Elvis's hair color was blonde in his early years, but it darkened as he grew older. By the time he had his hair cut for the Army at age 22, it was a dark chestnut color. This natural color was confirmed by Charlie Hodge, who served with Elvis in the Army. Elvis Presley, known for his generosity, had a special connection with Anne Margaret. He regularly sent a roomful of flowers to her whenever she opened a show in Las Vegas, from their first meeting until his death. This gesture showcased his thoughtful and enduring admiration for his colleague. In the 1962 film Kid Galahad, Elvis played the role of Walter Gulick, while Charles Bronson portrayed Mingo. Interestingly, Bronson chose not to speak to Elvis during filming and maintained his distance. The reason for their strained relationship remains unclear. After Elvis's death, there were numerous reports of Elvis sightings, leading to a wave of hysteria. Musicians Mojo Nixon and Living Color lampooned this phenomenon in their songs Elvis is Everywhere and Elvis is Dead, reflecting the public's fascination with the king of rock and roll, even in his absence. These songs highlighted the cultural impact and lasting legacy of Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, in the early 1960s, starred as Ross Carpenter in the film Girls, for Paramount, after working on a couple of films with United Artists. This move was a deliberate decision to revert to the successful formula of his previous Paramount films, as the United Artists movies, despite critical acclaim, had underperformed at the box office. Later, Presley took on the role of Dr. John Carpenter in the film Change of Habit, where he acted alongside Mary Tyler Moore. Interestingly, Presley was almost 2 years older than Moore. In addition to his film career, Presley also made a significant contribution in 1961 by performing a concert in Hawaii, the proceeds of which were donated to help build the USS Arizona Memorial. This act of generosity underscores Presley's commitment to giving back to the community. Elvis Presley, known for his remarkable music career, also tried his hand at acting. In the movie Love Me Tender, he was billed third, after Richard Egan and Deborah Paget, marking his only film where he didn't receive top billing. During the filming of Viva Las Vegas, Elvis started dating his co-star, Anne Margaret, and their relationship lasted for about a year. In Girls, Elvis starred alongside Laurel Goodwin, who was making her acting debut. Goodwin is best remembered for her role as Yeoman J.M., Colt in the first pilot for Star Trek, titled The Cage. Interestingly, many Star Trek actors, including Gary Lockwood, Yvonne Craig, and Leonard Nimoy, also co-starred with Elvis in his films. Presley himself was a fan of Star Trek. Girls was not only Goodwin's first acting role, but also featured a number of other Star Trek alumni, such as James Gregory, Celeste Yarnall, and Michael Ansara. The film provided a unique connection between the world of music and the world of science fiction, linking two popular culture phenomena through the enduring appeal of Elvis Presley. Let's hear your thoughts on Elvis Presley, a true icon of music who left an everlasting impact on the entertainment industry. With his unique voice and captivating stage presence, he revolutionized rock and roll and became a symbol of an era. Did you know that Elvis was also known as the king of rock and roll? His music and style continue to inspire musicians worldwide, even today. From Heartbreak Hotel to Jailhouse Rock, his songs are still popular and loved by many. What's your favorite Elvis Presley song, and how has his work influenced you? Share your memories and thoughts in the comments below. Let's celebrate the creative spirits who have shaped entertainment and continue to inspire us. If you enjoyed this content, please like and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content celebrating the legends of entertainment. Together, let's keep their memories and contributions alive.